24th, I believe. So, just to give you guys a heads up, I'm gonna start giving you guys like I'm gonna tell you guys what the date is. One of the things that drives me bonkers is like trying to figure out the timeline, and we're also gonna make sure we put an episode in the description, so it's easy to decipher through the videos of which one you're at. I think that some other YouTube people, I don't know, maybe they strategically don't put it on there so that people go rummaging through all their videos to get more watch hours. But it drives me bonkers. Like, I find a video series on a build that I like, but I have no idea where I'm at in their video series, and then they don't do a good job of categorizing it on their channel. Anyways, I'm gonna make it as easy as possible for everyone to figure out where they're at. Because I'm hopeful that somebody in the near future, or as I'm building this, will follow along, use the content that I'm putting on this channel to help them build their car, or maybe make some decisions on what to do next. Because I mean, YouTube is most definitely a tool. So, anyways, I'm a little foggy today. Had a long day yesterday. September 23rd, we were out at Cache of the Creek. It was a makeup event, fantastic show. Tons of great racing. If you watch the weather report, it was going to rain all day. It didn't rain at all. It's fantastic. Sometimes you just got to take the risks. Don't base your life off the weather report. So we got the hood off. I drug the wife out. The hood's over there. I drug the wife out this morning. She was real happy about coming out bright and early and getting the hood pulled off. But these are the worst hoods. Like, the hood hinges are horrible. It's like 3-foot opening here. It's like every time I work on this thing, I bang my head on it. But what the goal is for today is engine, transmission, radiator, get kind of the under hood stuff all pulled out. I'm gonna make a decision I'm gonna do on that original master cylinder. That guy down there, bam. This car's a manual brake car, so I got to figure that out. I'll get that figured out. Maybe probably end up running some new lines. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's got all new lines. I don't know. I don't really like how they routed the lines, but we're going to work on that. Then we're going to figure out its final resting place for the winter. So I kind of reorganized. I put my mobile desk over here. There's my short rear end for Marge. So I think I'm going to move the car forward and kind of get it parked in this area over here. Just so that way I still have some space over here to do some stuff. I think I'm going to keep the red car on the garage attached to the house, just to keep it out of here, because it's just, a little bit of rattle can paint and things like that. All that gets in the air and it ends up on the paint, and, I don't know. Maybe I'll just put a cover on it. So that's what we're working on today. So hopefully we'll get this thing pulled out without too much issue, and then we can start evaluating what we're going to cut out first. Okay. Let's get rolling. So I just wanted to mention real quick, I'm getting rolling on a car. It's September. You can see all the leaves on the ground. Yep. The old seasons are changing. We're into fall. The colors on the trees are going. They're actually starting to turn pretty quickly here. And I got the old Zetter out, so we're going to end up doing a full-blown, I'll do a preview video of what I'm going to do on that to get people, maybe get some excitement built around it. But we're going to turn that into the ultimate snowmobile. Well, at least we're going to attempt to at some point. That's going to come around probably around January. Might come around late December. Kind of depends on how motivated I am. And it also depends on how far I get on that guy, on her, I should say. But the Zetter, she needs some rehabilitation. We need a seat. I'm gonna find the tallest freaking suspension I can get to shove that in there. I'm gonna find the tallest front suspension I can get to shove in there. We're gonna put the 700 in it. We're gonna turn her into the ultimate trail machine on a budget. So it's gonna be a budget ballin' on the old Zetter 580, which will now be a 700 twin / 10-inch suspension deal. So we're gathering parts for that right now. And I'm hoping I can do the whole thing for under like $1,000. If I was smart, I would have bought in the parts in the middle of summer when they're at their cheapest. But I don't do things like that. I wait until they cost the most and then buy them during the middle of winter. So anyways, that'll be coming up. That'll be a fun project. All right, we got the engine out. So it took me a little longer than a Vikings game to get the engine out. I didn't work super hard on it, but it didn't give me any troubles or anything. It was a sloppy mess, though, I can tell you what. So basically went out and I pressure washed everything and got everything degreased. This whole entire front subframe, it's going to be out of here. It's interesting, before I pressure washed, I could not tell what material that thing was made out of, so that cleaned up pretty nice. Looks like it's all aluminum. I don't know, maybe it's got a fancy paint job. But yeah, so the car's it's a little bit taller now. Kind of rolled over the 275 just to kind of give you an idea of how much higher that is in comparison to what we have. The kids are playing outside. They're doing some hardcore dinosaur action. But the front end, you know, it's up in the air. It's going to kind of look how it will look when it's all said and done, except for everything will be up a little bit higher. So yeah, so that's going to wrap it up for today. Like I said, the motor came out without issue. It's sitting over here. I got this thing on for sale on Marketplace for best offer if anybody wants it. I don't know. It ran okay. I think it needs a valve job and valve springs, and this thing will probably last forever. It's interesting, you know, the manifold that's on there. It's kind of like more of a header type design. You can see the unique transmission that's in here. It's a real interesting deal. Torque converters in here. So yeah, but anyways, hopefully somebody will be able to use this engine. Otherwise it's just going to end up probably at the scrap yard, because I'm sure it'll get me pretty good dollar for scrap and aluminum. I don't know, but you know, hopefully somebody out there will use it. But yeah, so coming along, things are happening. So next for the Marge will be later this week. We'll just kind of see how the work week pans out. But you know, I got to get this front, I got to get it up in the air, get it situated on where I'm going to position the car. You know, so I got to get it positioned right, get it up on jack stands, pull the front subframe out, pull the rear end out, and then I can start looking at how I'm going to set up the frame rails and how I'm going to run the frame rails, and maybe take some measurements and things like that and kind of get some stuff figured out. I need the frame rails to somewhat intersect into this general area where this is at, right in there, so that all this other stuff bolts back together. But I don't know, maybe it's not that big a deal. Some of the things I got to figure out. Got to figure out where I'm going to cut those wheel wells, because that's all going to get cut. I think I'm just going to follow that radius of that unibody frame rail right there for now. But yeah, we'll get all that stuff figured out. You know, it seems like a lot of work, but you know, as they say, you know, an hour a day gets the project done. So, you know, so I'm just going to keep plugging away. All right, guys, thanks. See you next time.